For this experiment, I combined the full steam ahead and the daddy long legs deliverables to ask the question, does a longer leg length help the robot move around obstacles more effectively? In order to do this, I started with two different directories, both of them being the original quadruped we created that just moves along the plane. For both of them, I added world objects as obstacles that were simply blocks scattered around the starting point. In order to do this, as you can see this code snippet here, I created a new model named obstacle, and then in the create world method of solution, I simply added obstacle objects in various places throughout the starting point. And as you can see here, in two video examples, this is the original quadruped. Finding its way in between the blocks. And then here is the daddy longlegs quadruped. Again, finding its way in between the blocks. And you may notice that these blocks are much bigger than the original block that is in the bottom of the screen. This is for two reasons. Originally, the daddy longlegs sometimes would evolve to be taller than this tiny block here, the 1 by 1 by 1, so it would just simply walk over it because it was just as effective as if it weren't there. And also for both of them, sometimes just crashing right through the block would be the most effective travel. So in order to slow them down even more, I just added the size of them to make them bigger blocks that would slow down the quadruped more effectively. And I graphed my results. Here, I did this by creating a matrix, and then through every generation, adding the average fitness, the fitness functions for each generation. So as you can see here, this blue line is the normal quadruped. Because it had the biggest change from start to bottom, we can determine that it had an effective evolutionary track compared to the red, which is the daddy longleg, which didn't change all that much. You can see the standard deviation at the top to the bottom is much bigger between the standard deviation of the daddy longleg, which is here, which is much closer. Moving forward, I'd like to determine the best length for this quadruped for moving around objects, as well as adding joints